testimony today. Come on, just lift those hands and say, I worship and adore you. This is what I'm telling you. Lord, I love you. I really love you. I really love you. I really love you. Because the world's not me. I really love. I need to look at a little and see yourself. Jesus in me loves. Jesus in me. The Jesus in you. Jesus in me. The Jesus in you. So easy. Somebody next to you say, neighbor. Come on, y'all can do better than that. Say, neighbor, for the rest of my life, I'm going to serve the Lord. Oh, I don't like the way that neighbor look at you. Look at somebody else say, for the rest of my life, I'm going to serve the Lord. Come on, put those hands. Come on, clap, clap, clap. trust him. serve him for the rest of my life. I'll trust him for the rest of my life. I'll serve him for the rest of my life. I'll trust him. Say it's so good to me. Oh, yeah. Somebody listen and say, neighbor, I don't know how good he's been to you, but I know he's been good to me. So somebody say, I don't know what he's done for you lately, but he woke me up this morning, and that's enough for me to give God praise. Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. Word of God today, we're going to look at 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. And this is what the scripture says. 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. The scripture says, about a month later, King Nahash of Ammon led his army against the Israelite city of Jabesh Gilead. But the citizens of Jabesh asked for peace.
Yes, sir.
Make a treaty with us, and we will be your servants. They pleaded. Amen. Word of God today is entitled, Take Me Back.
Take them back, bro.
Take me back.
Back, bro.
Scripture says, in the spring of the year when the kings normally go out to war, King David sent Joab and the Israelite army to fight the Ammonites. They destroyed the Ammonite army and laid siege to the city of Rawls. However, David stayed behind in Jerusalem. You know, there is tremendous value in remembering where we come from and how we got over. There is amazing value in remembering where we come from and how we got over. I think so much now we have so much suffering because we don't remember where we come from. We try so hard to be like other folk when we wasn't born to be other folk. We try so hard to, you ever seen somebody, and maybe my sisters in here can vouch for me. You ever seen somebody try to squeeze into a size 6? they know that they wear a size 7. You're trying hard. You're trying to be something you're not. And now every chance you get, you got to take off your shoes. And as soon as somebody calls your name, you got to hurry and put your shoes on. Trying to be a size 6 when you just embrace size 7. Try to be something that you're not. And we struggle today because we try to be something that we're not. We know how we were raised. We know what was put in us. We know the values that we have. But when we try to be something that we're not, we get off in a place to where we get out there lost in the midst of a world of stuff and don't even know who we are and can't even respond to the stuff. Scripture says, in the spring of the year, when kings normally go out to war. In the spring of the year, when the kings normally go out to war. That's verse 1. In verse 1, it says, in the spring of the year, when the kings normally go out to war. Cycles of life are centered around a normative process of seasons. Life is full of seasons. Ecclesiastes talks about the seasons in life. A time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to sow, and a time to reap, a time to live and a time to die. Life is full of seasons. And we even in this scripture right here, we see that in the spring of the year when kings normally go out to war, even in the kingdom, there were times when they would go out to war to conquer, and then there were times when they would lay back to tend to other matters that were extremely important. The cycles of life are centered around normative processes and seasons. Another word for normal or normative is traditional. Did you hear what I said? Another word for normal or normative is traditional. Today we see the word traditional as a negative. When folks hear that word right there, everybody running traditional. They run from the word traditional. When in reality, tradition and being religious are words which speak of discipline. I ain't religious, I'm spiritual. I ain't traditional. I guess that's supposed to mean that's something new about me. But those words, traditional and religious, it speaks of discipline. You do something religiously. I was looking at this show called Liberty City. I can't remember the whole name of it, but it's just a little docu-series that the folk that from my era, y'all know about Luke and 2 Live Crew. Some of y'all some older than but Luke, he did this docu-series of sports in Liberty City in Miami, and I was looking at the commitment that some of the people and some of the parents have to their children as it relates to sports. I mean, understanding that there has to be a commitment. If you're going to be great, there has to, and wonderful, amazing athletes come from the area, but it comes out a sense of commitment. They do it religiously. They do it disciplined. They do it all the time. There's nothing wrong with doing something religiously. There's nothing wrong with religion or traditionalism. It teaches us discipline, how to do it when I don't feel like doing it. It teaches us how to stay there, how to keep our hands on the plow when we don't feel like plowing. There's nothing wrong. It teaches discipline. Discipline is critical for a continual holistic development of individuals. I mean, discipline, you have to have discipline. If someone lives an undisciplined life, that means today they might be over here, tomorrow they might be over there. There's really no structure. There's really no path or no progress, and no path to progress in their life. If they end up there, they end up there. But there's really no vision that's written down that says how there has to be discipline if we're going to develop holistically. Now, one thing that I was looking at with those parents, I would see parents that were so deep and so into their children as related to the sports, but I didn't see the same type of commitment to other areas, a holistic development of life. But we have to be committed and disciplined to life if we're going to develop holistically. How many know that life is about more than church? Now, I'm talking about Christian life is about more than church. But you got some churches, that's all they do is church. They expect people to be to church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Say kids got sports, kids got dance, kids got this, like spouses got other things, got other things in life to do. But they in church every day, every minute of the hour, every hour of the day in church. There has to be a holistic approach to life. Life is more than speaking in tongues and jumping around and shouting. Life is teaching your child how to spell. Life is making sure you're eating correctly so that you can live a healthy life. Like life is about a whole lot more. Life is about reading something other than the Bible. I'm talking about a holistic life here. You got somebody that's so spiritual they can't even connect to what's going on in the world. There are no earthly good. But it takes discipline to commit to developing holistically. And so there's nothing wrong with being traditional or being religious. The tradition brings me to church sometimes. Religion brings me to church sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like getting on that road and coming over to St. Augustine. But because I do it religiously. Sometimes I don't feel like getting on that road and leaving Gainesville at 8 o'clock in the morning and get over here by 10 in the morning so I can do the work that's required of me, even if it's not on my schedule, understanding that somebody might need something or there's something that I need to address on that. I might not always feel like it, but because I do it religiously, get up and show up. Some of y'all don't always feel like going to work every morning. Yeah. But if you don't do it, you're going to be looking for work. And so you learn to be religious about going to work. You learn to be religious and committed about other things. But we have to learn in our lives. If we are truly to develop in our lives, we have to embrace, respect tradition, how I got over. Respect religion, do it even when I don't feel like doing it. Don't buy into all these words, all this stuff that tries to throw us off guard. Now there are some good reasons why folk are turned off sometimes to what they think religiousness is, or religiosity is, or what they think, or what they think that the church represents, and it's because of garbage theology. I mean, the church is guilty of some garbage theology. Oh, some theology that had selfish agendas and selfish motivations, and it caused too many to shun the very thing about faith that we need for continual, healthy, and holistic growth as Christians. We look at some of the teachings that's in the church. You look at some of the things. You look at some of the things some of the folks say that they know Christ and the way that they deal, the way that they shun moral issues and human issues in life and seem to be always about money and resources and things and have no heart and no compassion for morality and humanity. But they call themselves Christians. And some folk is real in life say, no, if that's what Christian is, I don't want any part of it. I believe there's a God, but I can't buy that. That's garbage theology, but we don't allow garbage theology to stop us from what's needed most. Our traditionalism and being religious about what we do, showing up when we don't feel like showing up, it makes us who we are. And so what we do is we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's nothing wrong with Jesus Christ. There's nothing wrong with the relationship with Jesus Christ. But there's a whole lot of garbage theology that folk use for selfish reasons. Folk use garbage theology to keep us as we were coming up docile and compliant and complicit and make sure that we didn't rise up and cause any problems. Yes sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am. And they use religion as slaves obey your masters. Use religion. It's quiet in here, but I'm going to preach the truth. Say, slaves, obey your masters. Oh, that's love. I can't love you when you kicking me in the bottom. No, we got to get that foot straight down first. I can't keep loving you and talking about unity and holding hands and peace, and you keep kicking me in the bottom. No, let's deal with your foot first. When we deal with your foot, now I can hold your hands, but I can't keep loving you, and you constantly kicking me in the bottom. But see, garbage theology tells you don't worry about the foot. No, forgive the foot. But I understand all of that right there. But no, we gonna deal with this foot right now before I hold your hand. that you keep using to kick me in the backside and put on my neck. No, we need to deal with this foot right here first that comes from your theology. And so, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Before he became king, we see right here where it says that King David, it says that the people, it says it was the season for war. And before he became king, and as king, David had disciplined himself to do one thing, but became lax. And in the second part of verse 1, we read that during the time that the kings would normally or traditionally or religiously go out to war, David sent somebody else to go out and fight. See, David had a habit. We're studying this right now in Bible study. All the folk in Bible study know right where we are right now. We're studying this. David had a habit. He would go out and he would go out with his soldiers and they would go out and fight in a war. But as David began to get accomplished and as he rose to the highest place in Israel, David began to get a little lax. And the scripture said that he sent Joab and the Israelite army out to fight. That wasn't how David normally did. That wasn't how he normally rolled. But he got a little lax in the second part of verse 1. And he sent folk out to do what he normally did. He sent folk out to do what he traditionally did. He sent folk out to do what he religiously did. He sent folk out to go to war when the reality is that he used to be one of the first ones ready to go out and battle. One of the first ones, y'all remember the story about David and Goliath, but everybody else was scared. David said, who is this infidel? Y'all remember that story? David said, a bear tried to take my sheep, and I dealt with the bear. A lion tried to take my sheep, and I dealt with the lion. David was not a fearful man at all. And then now you have this giant of a human that's standing in front of God's people, and everybody else, includes King Saul at the time, were afraid, but David didn't have any fear in his heart. And he went out and fought because that's what he did. He was not afraid of confrontation. And what we see here is David, he's rising up the ranks, and as David, as he's doing well, and he's getting all of these victories, now he's sending somebody else out to do what he traditionally took part in. David lost track of truth. That personal investment is ultimately connected to personal success. We got to put something into it. He lost track of that, and he sent other folk to do what he should have been doing. He sent other folk to go and do his part when he had a role to play in it, a role that he traditionally played, a role that he normally played, a role that he religiously played. Then he sent someone else to do what he normally does. He says that, but we have to understand that we can't bypass personal investment because it's connected to our personal success. There will come a time when a person realizes that it's not enough to be on the winning team. But we also need to be winning individually. Did you understand? It's not enough. Now, everybody's not like that. Some folk, they walk around saying we're number one, they did nothing. They're failures in life, they did nothing. No personal investment. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about it, I think about our school district here in St. Johns County. I think about we go around, we're number one, we're the number one school district in the state. And your child been flunked 3 times, but we're number one. Your child can't pass a test, but we're still number one. You can't ride on somebody else's coattails of doing well. You got to go and figure, what is the work that I need to put in? I don't want to be claiming number one for somebody else. I'm number one. God bless the we, but I want my family to be blessed. God bless the we, but I want to be able to make a good income. God bless the we, but I want a solid, stable family foundation. God bless the we, but I want good credit. I don't want to be paying 15% credit on my car when somebody else is making more money than me. That's paying 4% credit on their car. No, we ain't number one. But if I'm willing to invest, I can truly claim we're number one. Some folks need to be yelling, they are number one. They are number one. Now we gotta put some work in. It's not that our children are not as smart, but what are we focusing on? When we come home, what time do we put our children to bed at night? Do we have our children in church all night long, then go home and throw them in the bed at 10:30 at night? Or do we have our children home and we're working with them on their home Instead of buying them $150 pair of shoes, save up 3 pair of shoes. Don't get those. Get some regular shoes like I used to wear. Well, I don't know if they make All-Stars no more, but go get some regular shoes and maybe get the child a computer or iPad or something so that the child can get ahead and don't have to go to school behind all the time. You can't yell, "We number one," when you ain't winning. And it's not to focus on the child, but what am I doing to invest into my child's success? Yeah, they are number one. But when I look at my own numbers, when I look at my own scores, when I look at my own success, when I look at my own homework, I told my son before when he was in school. I told my son, I said, now if you go and take a test and you worked as hard as you can and you've done everything you can and you fell a little short, I can deal with that. But when I go and I get that report card and I look at the details and if I see you didn't turn in homework, I see that you didn't study to be prepared for pop quizzes, now we got a problem. Because there needs to be some personal investment on our own part. And some folk, they finally get it in life and they understand that it's not enough to be winning on a team, but we also need to be winning individually. Also, one day we're going to find ourselves on the outside looking in. We're going to find ourselves on the outside looking in. I wish I was able to live in a house like that. I wish I was able to do this. I wish we was able to do this and do that. I tell my no, I'm not gonna get too much into their business. I wish I was able to do it. You will find yourself on the outside. And why? It don't have to be that way. It don't. People that came up with the same struggle that you had, the same obstacle that you have, they found a way. And so now we have to find a way to grind. That means I got to work full-time hard. That's what my grandma told me anyway. You got to work 4 times harder, so what am I going to complain about it? Go work 4 times harder. Go do the work and then get the return on the investment. But you know what? David, he became lazy. And he sent others to do what he normally or traditionally did. David became lazy. He sent others to do what he had religiously participated in himself. Have you ever had an older person to tell you, an idle mind is a... y'all heard the same thing? Y'all heard the same thing? Yeah. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Some people say playground. But the idea is you better keep your mind on something positive, or something else gonna get in there and feel it and have you doing some things you never thought you would do. Oh, the enemy get in. You talk about which I ain't never do that right there. I'll never do this. I'll never. Don't you ever say what you won't ever do. I never do drugs. I never do drugs. One day, I'd always watch that joint come by. Just let it by. One day, the devil got in that mind. Yeah, man, let me hold that thing. Don't you ever say what you won't do. I don't care who you are, I don't care how holy you are, I don't care how you that don't you ever say what you won't ever do. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I've done that I thought that I would never do. Oh, but that tells you the power of evil, the way that evil is able to influence. Paul said it this way, when I want to do right, evil is always present. I don't care how many tongues you speak in. I don't care what your shout look like. I don't care how well you sing. I don't care how many scriptures you can quote. I don't care about any of that stuff right there. The enemy has power. He's always there waiting on you to slip, waiting on you to give an opening, waiting on you to allow him to come in. And when he gets in, he come in and put his feet on your coffee table. Has no respect for your house or what you thought or how you did business. Come in and do things his way. David, he became lazy and he sent others to do what he traditionally did. I hope that's not our story in life. God is calling us to God has given us great accomplishments, given us great success. But the things that got us there, we forgot about it. The tradition that got us there, we forgot about it. The work ethic that got us there, we forgot about it. How we got there, we forgot about it. The religiousness about what we did, we forgot about it. And now it's about how we feel. No, I don't care about your feelings. No, some things you just gotta do. I know there are people out here where you got a mother and you got a father and they're trying to raise a child and it don't matter if y'all don't get along. It ain't about y'all anyway. It's about the child. It's y'all made it. Y'all brought that child into that child didn't just wake up one day and say, let me go down to earth. No, y'all got in there. Y'all did some stuff and y'all done made a child. Now it's time, not based on your emotions or how you feel, but it's time to put that child in a position to be better than you. Every parent should always want their child to be better than them. That means that they don't have to work extra hard to take their children to a higher place than they are in life. And so David, with all the winning that he had, he became lazy in his winning. But just like that older person that warned us that I don't mind the devil's worship, well, King David, he needed that person in his life. He needed somebody in his life to say, David, you're slipping now. You ain't doing it like you used to do it. I remember you used to be serious about this thing. You used to be right out there at war with everybody else. You used to be serious about this thing. But David, you done fell off somewhere. And David needed somebody in his life to remind him of how important it is to keep his hand on the plow, to respect seasons. Now, you ain't got to work all the time, but there are seasons where we have to fight. There are seasons to where we have to go and confront evil. There are seasons to where we have to go and do things. And then God will give you a Sabbath, he'll allow it. But you can't relax when it's time to go to war. You can't lay back when it's time to grind. There are seasons in life that we can't send anybody else out there to fight on our behalf. There are seasons that we'll face in life. But the Bible says in the last part of that verse, it says that while they went out to fight, it says, look at the end, but David stayed behind in Jerusalem. Jerusalem represents the church. And so while they went out to go and fight, David stayed behind in Jerusalem. Wonder what he was doing in Jerusalem. And the church got to understand that the reason folk don't respect us because we always chilling back in Jerusalem. Our kids catching hell in school and we chilling in Jerusalem. Dealing with law enforcement going through, but we chilling in Jerusalem. Got all kind of laws and statutes that our people are dealing with, but we chilling in Jerusalem. In the state of Florida, 1.6 million felons. Ex-felons can't vote, can't participate, and we chilling in Jerusalem. Talking about praying and singing hymns. There's some folk that need the church to do what the church did. Is there a witness in the house? And the reason folk don't respect the church is because we chilling in Jerusalem. Got some success, and so I'm laid back chilling in Jerusalem. Sending somebody else out to go and fight while I chill in Jerusalem. But there's danger in chilling in Jerusalem. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. 2 Samuel, the 11th chapter, verse 2. Let me show you what happened while he was chilling in Jerusalem. It says late one afternoon, David got out of bed after taking a nap and went for a stroll on the roof of the palace. They are fighting. He chilling in Jerusalem. I don't mind. Is a devil's workshop. It says he went out. I'm talking about noonday. This is the king of warrior. Gonna get up from taking a nap in his pajamas while everybody else out fighting. Somebody say yeah. It says he looked out over the city and he noticed an unusually beautiful woman taking a bath. Somebody say yeah. As he looked out over the city, he noticed this woman taking a bath while the team was out grinding. He noticed the woman taking a bath while the team was out fighting in his pajamas in the middle of the day. He noticed the woman taking a bath. Somebody say yeah. His team is out grinding, but he's in the palace taking a nap. There's a whole lot of preachers while folk are grinding and trying to make a living and trying to get ahead. They sitting in the church, sitting in their palace, just getting up from a nap. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. And it's not so much that he noticed a good-looking woman. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I notice good-looking women also. Somebody say yeah. But if you too holy to recognize and admit that you notice a good-looking
person, go ahead with your sanctified self and keep your lips together. I ain't blind and I ain't dead. It's not so much that he noticed a good-looking woman, but in verse 3, it goes on and says, and he sent someone to find out who is this fine sister, who is this woman. And the Bible says that somebody came back and said her name is Bathsheba. She's the daughter of Eliam. That's all right. Good-looking woman and somebody's daughter. All good-looking women are somebody's daughter. But the next one is where he should have taken away of escape. He said, and that's Uriah's wife. Somebody say, yeah, right then. Bell should have gone off and said, out of bounds. I can't touch that. But sitting in Jerusalem, chilling in the noonday, doing nothing, done messed up his mind. And now he allowed an opportunity for the enemy to come in. Somebody say, yeah. Somebody say, yeah. But you know what? It all stems from a man who once respected the seasons of life and was willing to personally put in the work when the work was required. Now he's undisciplined and lazy. The danger in being lazy, the danger in being undisciplined is when God tries to make a way of escape. You ain't got enough sense to run out the door. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Well, you know what? I assume that we all know what happened in the story, but maybe we don't know what happened in the story. We all got to know that there are consequences for our actions, and there were consequences. God forgave him, but there were still consequences. Somebody tell somebody on this Sunday morning, God will forgive, but there's still consequences. You don't pay your car payments, they gonna take your car, your credit messed up. The next time you go to get one, you gotta go to a bootlegger, and when you 2 days late, your car gonna shut off in the middle of driving down the road. Those are consequences. I'm still forgiven, but no car. I'm still forgiven, but credit jacked up. I'm still forgiven, but calling the sunshine bus. Somebody in the house say hallelujah. Somebody say yeah. As a result of David's mistake, which blossomed out of a lack of discipline, his newborn son became sick and died. But you know what? I respect David because he had enough sense to learn from his mistakes. I can't tell you that you won't make another mistake. We all do. But what I can tell you is that if you don't learn from that mistake, you're going to have a whole bunch of knocks on the back of your head. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. I respect David because he had enough sense to learn from his mistakes. It's one thing to do stupid, but it's a whole new level to stay stupid. Did you hear what I said? It's one thing to do stupid. I did it, I done it, and I might do it again. But it's a whole new level to stay stupid. Young folk call it stuck on stupid. Somebody say yeah. David, I respect him because he didn't get
me back. Take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I first believed. Take me, Lord.